Hello everyone, my name is Braden, this is Airless Cool 9, and in today's video we are going to talk about Gorgons, the bull-like guardians with petrifying breath weapons. So yeah, the Gorgons resemble mighty bulls armored in iron plates. They are lifelike automatons that seek to destroy all who enter their territories. In addition to goring foes with their deadly horns and trampling them under their iron hooves, Gorgons exhale gouts of noxious gas. Gorgons are created by magic users to serve as guardians. The process for creating a Gorgon is labor-intensive and dangerous, with one method requiring the skeleton of a bull, the blood of a Medusa, and the brain of a basilisk fused into a frame of ensorcelled iron. If the process fails, petrifying gas emerges from the materials, creating a magical threat that can fill a structure and linger for years. When magic users create Gorgons, they often enchant them to ignore those who confront the creature with a specific command key, usually a password or a specific signal. Once a Gorgon is set to guard an area, it attacks any who enter until they flee or are destroyed. Should someone provide the command key, the monster ignores that intruder so long as the intruder remains in sight. But if the intruder ventures out of sight and then returns without again presenting the command key, the Gorgon attacks. Those in a Gorgon's territory must remain vigilant and aware of the monster's exact position, or they risk being attacked by a Gorgon they thought was no longer a threat. Those who create Gorgons strive to give them purposefully obscure command keys. Hints at command keys might be found among the records of a Gorgon's creator or in the area the Gorgon protects, perhaps scrawled as a petrified trespasser's final act. We can roll on or choose a result from the Gorgon command keys table to help inspire the word or signal that temporarily neutralizes a Gorgon. This might be that the Gorgon won't attack those that cast a particular spell in the Gorgon's presence, that keep their back to the Gorgon or otherwise act like they don't see the monster. Offer it a drink of blood, water, or wine. Recite a specific rhyme or sing a certain song. Say its creator's name backward. Or wear a mask, perhaps in the shape of a bull or an animal meaningful to the Gorgon's creator. Alright, now we're going to talk about the Gorgon stat blocks. We're going to start off with the Gorgon, and we will compare this to the 2014 version in just a second. But first off, most Gorgons are iron bulls wreathed in clouds of petrifying gas. Their metal plates vary in sheen and color, from sleek silver to pitted black. The oldest Gorgons might be covered in rust, but this rarely impedes their abilities. These Gorgons' stomping grounds are littered with the shattered remains of petrified foes. Most Gorgons outlive their creators by centuries, misleading some to believe that these creations have natural origins and territories. Most such Gorgons continue to follow age-old commands, guarding sites long fallen to ruin. So, the Gorgon is a large construct, unaligned. They have an armor class of 19, initiative of +0, 114 hit points, a speed of 40 feet. For their ability scores, they have a strength of 20, dexterity 11, constitution 18, intelligence 2, wisdom 12, and charisma 7. Skills, they have perception of +7. Immunities, they're immune to the exhaustion and petrified conditions. Senses, they have dark vision of 60 feet and passive perception of 17. Languages, they know none. They are challenge rating 5, granting 1800 experience points and a proficiency bonus of +3. Actions, they have Gore, which is a melee attack roll with a +8 to hit and a reach of 5 feet. It deals 2d12 plus 5 piercing damage if the target is a large or smaller creature, and the Gorgon moved 20 plus feet straight toward it immediately before the hit. The target has the prone condition. Petrifying Breath is on a recharge of 5 to 6. It is a Constitution saving throw, DC 15, targeting each creature in a 30-foot cone. On the first failure, the target has the restrained condition and repeats the save at the end of its next turn if it is still restrained, ending the effect on itself on a success. However, on a second failure, the target has the petrified condition instead of the restrained condition. The Gorgon also has a bonus action called Trample. This is a dexterity saving throw, DC 16, targeting one creature within 5 feet that has the prone condition. On a failure, it deals 2d10 plus 5 bludgeoning damage, and on a success, the target takes half damage. Alright, so what changes have been made to the Gorgon? There are a couple to mention here. First off, the Gorgon is now has expertise and perception checks. This has increased its passive perception to 17. They have also gained immunity to the exhaustion condition, which is quite nice. The gore has been modified and to where it now prones the creature if the Gorgon moved at least 20 feet beforehand and the target is larger or smaller, so that is now included in the gore attack. Petrifying Breath still works the same, however, they have modified the wording now to where it shows what happens on the first failure and then what happens on the second one. And then Trample is an entirely new bonus action, so this is just an opportunity for additional damage should there be a prone creature within 5 feet of them, so quite like the addition of that. Overall, not huge major changes. The stat block is arranged a little differently. It looks a little bit cleaner and a little bit easier to run. So overall, happy to see what changes they have made to the stat block. However, we are not done. We have one new stat block for Gorgons. This is an entirely new Gorgon type called the Brazen Gorgon. The 2024 Monster Manual states that followers of the exiled Archdevil Moloch altered the process of creating Gorgons to craft their own diabolical guardians called Brazen Gorgons. These Gorgons are hollow, bull-like automatons whose metal bodies glow with intense heat. When they charge their foes, the ribs of their frames open like cages to ensnare enemies and roast them within. Brazen Gorgons are often found in blasphemous sites dedicated to Moloch, other archdevils, or bloodthirsty gods. So the Brazen Gorgon is a large construct, unaligned. They have an armor class of 19, an initiative of +2. They have 161 hit points and a speed of 40 feet. Their ability scores are Strength 18, Dexterity 14, Constitution 19, Intelligence 2, Wisdom 14, and Charisma 7. They have a +10 to perception. They are immune to fire damage as well as the exhaustion and petrified conditions. They have dark vision of 60 feet rather, and a passive perception of 20. They know no languages. And the Brazen Gorgon is a challenge rating 9 creature, granting it 5,000 experience points and giving it a proficiency bonus of +4. And its traits, it has Flame Aura. This states at the end of each of the Gorgon's turns, each creature in a 5-foot emanation originating from the Gorgon takes 3d8 fire damage. Illumination lets the Gorgon shed bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet. In its actions, the Brazen Gorgon has a multi-attack, allowing it to make 2 gore attacks. Gore is a melee attack roll at +8 to hit in a reach of 5 feet, deals 2d6 plus 4 piercing damage, plus 3d6 fire damage. And then the Gorgon has Smelting Charge on a recharge of 5 to 6. It states that the Gorgon moves up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks and can move through the spaces of medium or smaller creatures. Each time the Gorgon enters a creature's space for the first time during this move, that target is subjected to the following effect. Dexterity saving throw DC 16. On a failure, the target takes 2d8 plus 4 piercing damage, plus 3d8 fire damage, and the target is pulled into the Gorgon space and has the grappled condition. Escape DC 14. If the Gorgon already has a creature grappled, the target has the prone condition instead. Until the grapple ends, the target has the restrained condition. While the Gorgon moves, the grappled target moves with it, costing no extra movement. So yeah, this is a cool additional option. I like the flavor and the idea behind this type of Gorgon. Smelting Charge is really cool. Like the flavor of that quite a bit. Some really cool things like the Flame aura as well, dealing some additional damage. So yeah, quite happy with the additions here, and quite like what I see that they have done. So yeah, this is a really cool Gorgon option. But yeah, that's going to be it for Gorgons. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give the video a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, or want to get notified that my videos have released. I release these videos every weekday, so keep an eye out for those. But until the next one, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all later.